welcome to Raid during July, the month of July, where there is... Nope, there's no break in sight. There is no break that is going to be had. There's so many people in the community that are so upset because they feel so burnt out. And this is something that I've covered just a little bit in some of my past videos, but I really feel like right now is a really important time to bring home a specific message that is probably gonna hit some hearts of some of the players in this community right now. Hold up, now it's time to click my link in the description below so that you can get yourself a free Karato, as well as 3 other insane epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Play and Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato right after signing up, as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Hi, hello, my name is Fail. I have 2 Raid accounts that I usually create content for, both free to play, a newer free to play, as well as an older account, the one that I'm playing on currently in the background. She's a fixer up, or we're fixing her up. In this video, I'm going to kind of go over some of key things that have been going on right now in Raid, and some things that I'm seeing and I really want to address because I think that it's important and hopefully a good message to maybe share. So one of the things that I enjoy doing, as many do, I enjoy watching Raid Shadow Legends content, not just creating it, and I've been going through and I enjoy especially reading through comments. I think that comments are one of the best ways to really gauge where the community is at. Obviously, creators have a lot of really great insight and they can provide a lot of key points and analytics, and they can give their own opinions. But sometimes for me, it's reading the comments that really gives me a good hold on the situation of the community, the vibe of the community per se. Am I gonna win this? Okay, thank goodness. I was scared. I was a little scared for a second. Sorry. Sometimes I'll even get a little brave and I'll go on Reddit. That one's kind of, you know, a little bit of a scary place to be in some circumstances, in some circles. Reddit usually just ends up being very helpful. But overall, what I'm gathering is everyone's very, very burnt out. Now let's talk about this. This last month or so, especially during, June, there was not only a fusion, there was Tholen Foulbeard or whatever his name is. I did get him, I just forget his name all the time. It's not my fault. There was that fusion, which, let's be honest, fusions, even if you have a ton of resources saved up, is time consuming. Even if you have all the resources saved, which not all of us do, it's a lot of time to log in, make sure you're finishing up the events in time. There's been multiple times where I have to log in last minute right before I go to bed, and I end up staying up for another hour or 2 trying to make sure I finish up a Dungeon Divers or a specific dungeon event, just making sure I pass it along. Not to mention my free-to-play account takes quite a bit more strategic time and energy and resources because I'm trying really, really hard to make it work with as little as I have. So maybe resources wasn't great listed there, but you get the point. It's very time consuming. Fusions are fun though. Don't get me wrong. Fusions I enjoy a lot. I think they're a lot of fun to participate in. I think they're a lot of fun to strategize over. I think they're a lot of fun to work towards an end goal, and everybody is all hyped up and there's tons of content around whatever fusion is going on at the specific time. Fusions are great, but they are time consuming. Then you had to work towards getting the, ascension for Tholen for the current fusion. That one was very, very intensive. That one took a whole lot of work. And then on top of that, there was a coalition event that was going on. There was back-to-back events. And sometimes, lots of people in the community have noted this. There's quite a few times where Plarium or Raid like to set us up with back-to-back events that take very, very high resource intensity, high time intensity. It's a lot of effort that goes into it in a lot of different ways. What happens is people get very, very burnt out, whether that's they're running out of resources and they're not able to continue, or they just feel like they're spending so much time in the game that they're not able to live their life or go do other things, or they're constantly having to be tethered to this game to check in regularly to make sure that they're keeping up. So we had the fusion, and then we had the ascension event, and we had the coalition event, and a ton of other events in between all of that, right? And now we had the CVC this week, which is a personal reward CVC. It's a CVC you wanted to participate in so that you can get those personal rewards. Now, if you were somewhat smart and had some restraints, not me, I don't really have that, you probably would just be like, okay, I'm just gonna take a break from this, that's fine. Or maybe just do your bare minimum and see where it goes with the CVC. That's okay too. But the day after the CVC ends, the fusion started, another fusion, the next fusion. And this fusion is a mixed fusion, which means that you do have to both get fragments and you have to also build out champions, like the epic champions. It's a lot of work. The potions, the everything. We already talked about how much fusions really, really take, but it was back to back to back. And I'm getting a lot from the community that there's just not enough time, not enough resources. It's back to back to back, and it's really difficult to keep up with everything, not just with your time and your energy and your resources, but your sanity. It just seems like the community is very, very worn down. Here's my experience. I've kind of painted this picture of where we're at, which I'm sure you may or may not have been feeling yourself, depending on if you skip some events or not. My personal life in these during this exact time when all of this is going on, I had one of those month and a half where it was, I don't know if you've ever experienced this before, but every now and then life just likes to throw you a curveball or two or a bajillion at the same time or back to back. So just like in the game, in life, I had back-to-back life events that really seem to have built off of each other in negative ways. And I'm not going to go too much into detail of everything that happened. I'm not here to vent. You're not my therapist. I'm just trying to add on to this. I'm trying to make a point that this is part of it. So I hope you'll bear with me. Again, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but some of the things that did happen for me is, for instance, my son had a surgery. To me, it was not only a life-changing surgery, but it was a life-saving surgery. And I don't say that I understand the meaning of those words, and I'm telling you that for me, it was very, very accurate. It was definitely something that needed to happen, and I was insanely grateful. And of course, we had some headaches with the insurance that initially denied it, and we had to work that out with them, yada, yada, yada. Again, not going crazy into details, but that was a big thing. And of course, there's tons of other personal things that go around that, like the hospital stay and the recovery and all of that jazz. So that was a huge life event, and it was something that was years needed. Around that time, I also went through another personal thing that I don't really feel the need to share here, but it was impactful. It was definitely something that hit me like a boulder times 100. It was very, very difficult. You get the picture. There's a lot of things that went on around that time. I also was sick back to back. I had this crazy cold. My son had the colds. I got a virus right after that. It was not fun. It was just one of those months where it was just, you just want to just say, please stop. No more. I can't take it. And during that time in game, I was constantly trying to keep up. Sharing this for a reason. So during the time in the game, there was tons of stuff going on. There was the fusion, the ascension event, the coalition event, and then the CVC, and now there's a new fusion that's just started. So during all this time, I was of course busy with life. Life was hitting. It was hitting very, very hard. But of course, I wanted to continue on with Raid and check in with it whenever I could and try to keep up with the events the best that I could, because I'm a content creator. I kind of need to, but also I enjoy the game a whole lot. The problem with that is that I would check in on the limited amount of time that I had, and I would notice that an event was about to end. And I would stress because I'd be like, oh crap, I didn't put in the amount of time and the resource and the effort. I need to hurry and get it done. So I would try to throw in a bunch of resources at it, like towards the end of the event, right before it was supposed to end. And then of course life would hit and I'd get pulled away again, and I wasn't able to finish the event. The whole reason of putting in resources into an event is if you're going for a specific reward or a specific end game, like if you're trying to get first or second place in a tournament, or if you're trying to get a specific reward on a specific event, yada yada. So I would put in a ton of resources, not even get those rewards that I feel like would be worth it to put in those amount of resources and whatever was needed to get that reward. So I would waste all these resources, not get the reward that I wanted, and then do it all over again during those weeks and weeks of everything going on, right? And I kept on trying and I kept on trying, event after event. I probably wasted a lot of resources when I most likely should have just said, I need to skip. This brings me to the message that I again have mentioned in previous videos, but I really, really wanted to hit it home today because I can feel it in the community. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of pressure and tension here and there. So here's the message, which is that it's okay to not do everything. I forgot that message, of course, in my mind. As a content creator, especially, I'm constantly like, no, I have to do this. I have to be able to do it so that I can show it in a video, or so that I can participate and be a part of the community and be able to relate to all the other rest of everyone else that's playing the player base. So you don't have to do everything. It's okay to skip some things. I wish that during that time I had just went, okay, I'm gonna log in, do my dailies, just do the little bare minimum stuff, and then I'm good. It's okay. Everything's going to be fine, especially because during this time, my energy was very much needed in other areas of my life. That's okay. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to go, oh, this event, even though there's a very beautiful reward at the end of it, and there's definitely something that I want for my account. If you don't have the energy, the time, the resources, the effort, the ability, the sanity, maybe we need to take a little bit of a step back and go, it's okay to not do everything. It's not necessarily the game's fault. It's for lack of a better word, it's you. It's me. We need to be able to sit back and go, okay, what's working for me right now? What's not working for me right now? And how am I able to juggle all the balls that are in the air? We have a lot of different categories, a lot of different areas of our lives that we as adults, most of the community seems to be adults. I apologize if you're not. I know teenagers and kids just carry a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on their lives too. But as adults, we have a lot of different categories in our life that we have responsibilities for, that needs our attention, that needs us to really hone in on and be a part of. Gaming for me is, I mean, you've heard it all before, right? Gaming is an escape. It's your safe place. It's a happy place. It's the place you go to kind of just relax and get away from all the stressors and everything that's going on in the world. Abso-freaking-lutely. That's 100% for me. That's definitely where I'm at. I'm definitely a gaming addict. This is my place. This is my home. Totally agree. And also, if it is negatively adding to your life, then maybe it's okay to take a step back. And I'm not saying quit the game. I'm not saying stop being a gamer, stop playing video games. I get it. That's a happy place. My happy places are video games, audiobooks, and anime, and all the fun stuff's okay. But just like with everything else, we need to find a balance. Sometimes it's okay to just log into your dailies, don't look at the events, don't look at the rewards, don't look at the tournaments, and then move on. And then, pay attention, wait for the next event that's coming up, this next fusion that's happening. I've seen multiple comments. Can you hear the dogs in the background? Sorry, I apologize. I've seen multiple comments about this upcoming fusion. It's an interesting one. Many of the creators and all of the different, reviews that I've seen, they generally say it's a very interesting kit for this next fusion, this next guy. And quite a few people I've seen, of course, there's some people who are like, nope, I'm just skipping. I don't have enough resources, or no, I'm skipping. I don't know where I'd use them, yada, yada. But then there's those comments that really stick out to me, which are that I want to do this guy. I want to try this fusion. I want to go for him because it feels like an interesting kit and be kind of cool to play around with him and test him out. But I can't. I just can't. I am so burnt out. I'm so done. I need to take a break. What I'm trying to do here is show the correlation and maybe use it as a metaphor of the game and life and back and forth and yada yada. It's okay to not do everything. You're not supposed to do everything, both in life and in this specific game and in gaming in general. You're not supposed to do everything. It's just not possible. And that's definitely a lesson that I'm learning and have learned and yet still need to learn and continue to learn. We're all growing here. It's okay, both in game and out. We're all doing some personal growth and everything, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Again, I've talked about this a little bit here and there on some of my videos, but the tension in the community and what I'm reading and everything, it definitely seems like it was something that I wanted to address, especially because this last little phase of my life has definitely been impactful for me, and I felt like it was a good, like I said, metaphor and reasoning, and it really fit for what I was feeling coming from the community. Please let me know if I'm off or totally wrong. I do hope that you're enjoying the game still, even with everything going on and how stressed sometimes I get in all the different categories of my life and sometimes in game. I enjoy it fully, and I hope that you do too, and you continue to, and if you don't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you continue to enjoy your day and your week and your weekend. Let me know if you're going for the next fusion. I definitely am on both my main account and my free-to-play account. It's going to be a beast for my free-to-play account, but we're doing it. Challenge accepted. It's happening. I wish you all the most happiest, healthiest life for you and your family, and thank you so much for watching this video. Have an amazing freaking day. Keep killing it, and I'll see ya.